Okay, well, take two. Um, Hi. I'll be reviewing the Helix tournament VOD. Starting with Nepal. And immediately, your guys' comp is interesting to me. Um, Quad DPS with two supports. I can't say I've ever seen it in a game, but if I were to run this comp, uh, and like I was absolutely certain I didn't want any tanks, I would probably run a Lucio instead of a Zenyatta because you have enough damage and you don't really need the Zen as much as, you know, speed boost could help you here because you're running Sim and Mei.
That's how you use it, right?
Oh, and also the speed boost out of spawn so that your Sim can set up.
No, they're at the point.
Yeah, they beat you guys here because you didn't run Lucio. Oh, there's immediately a pause. Um, Usually, unless it's auto pause, they should wait until the team fight's over, but whatever. I'm not gonna say anything about that. You could have killed that Ryan there. Okay, yeah, you did. Um, you shouldn't be talking so much. People are trying to make callouts, so you guys should be listening to each other and only be talking about things like callouts and what's happening. Um, you didn't need to stagger her because she would have used it to charge grab. Good job looking at things in between fights. You should talk about ults that they're building and what they'll have. Um,
Winston's coming behind.
I like that you guys are holding on point. That's where you want to hold. Oh, Sim, if they bubble like that, you can get a free fully charged laser beam by just charging it off that. Um, that was a weird wall. You should have put it down immediately. Um, if there's no immediate value from your wall, you should just put it down. That was a really good Doomfist, so nice job. Your Zen died to McCree, but didn't call that? That's okay. Your Doomfist is kind of carrying here. Good job, Sonic.
Oh, now they're triple tank. Oh, wait, no, they're swapping a lot. What's happening?
You guys should be talking about exactly what they're switching to, and instead of creating a dialogue for them.
So poke the fuck out of them.
Yeah, that's a good call. Staying on point is also a good call. Roadhog should have meleeed and killed you right there, May. I wouldn't have tranced there. You saw them get purpled. Someone else had just died. You could have saved ults. You could have probably stalled this to 90 anyway, and come back with trance and been able to just instantly wipe. Good almost res. As long as you guys don't use ults, yeah. So you guys are okay.
We have two ults now.
You really want to. Okay. It's good to talk about your own ults, but what's more important is maybe having a support or something designated to tracking the enemy ults, because that's gonna be what wins you guys team fights. Like if you know they have 4 ults, you can bait those and not use your ults, and then use all your ults at once. You guys should know where you're going.
Oh. I didn't know you were
Here, going top right works because you have a Mei and they're running a poke comp. The problem with that is they're going to shoot you directly into the choke that you have to come out of,
Yeah.
which is, yeah, your Pharah died there, so.
They're all up there.
Back out.
And if they're all up there, then you really don't want to go out there unless you have a Hammond to disrupt or a shield or something. So I probably would have taken main there. I would have called for main. You guys don't have a Lucio, so you can't really speed through choke. So really what you're doing here is kind of playing for any sort of advantage over them with damage you can get.
We also have the teleporter. We could go.
Yeah, you guys should have just teleported from here to over here onto point and just set up there as fast as you possibly could have. I don't know how to erase that. I've never used this program before, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, there we go. That's fucking tiny. Okay.
We could just teleport to point.
Um,
Alright. Let's do it now. We gotta go forward.
I wouldn't have teleported on this side. I definitely would have teleported on the other side because when you see Maze run in like any sort of higher level game, you'll see what they do is they just let's see if I can get a better view here. Okay, yeah. So you'll see they just hold right here in this corner and they set up walls so that they can wall where your sim is standing. And that way it kind of comes down to get point contention, they have to push through here. Otherwise, they're going to try to pinch you guys from here, and you guys have, you know, the ability to. I mean, I don't know what this comp is much because I've never seen this comp in my life, but you know, you guys, especially with a Roadhog, he could have gotten a free kill, which it looks like he did. He got the Mei. You guys Valk when you're down Mei, and then you're down your Zen. You shouldn't win this fight, but you do, exclusively because your team is just out mechanically destroying them. They really have no idea what they're doing.
Use my ice block.
Oh my god. Yeah, they really have no idea what they're doing. You may want to work on your tracking a little bit.
Okay, get that mercy.
I guess good callouts. Those are the. So, one thing about your guys' callouts is you only seem to call people out when it's like an intense fight. Like, when the adrenaline starts pumping, that's when you guys start saying things. That's when you started saying words to each other that weren't, you know, redundant. Oh my god, what is this crosshair, dude? What the fuck? I'm gonna cry.
Got the horses in the bag.
So this composition is interesting. Oh my god. Alright, well, their Sombra was really bad there.
Roadhog has no hook.
Good calling out abilities there. Pretty much any off tank you want to be calling out their abilities because as soon as they use them, they become just giant flesh bags that you can get ult charge off of. So you always want to call, you know, Zarya bubbles. You always want to call Roadhog hooks, heals. You want to call Diva's defense matrix.
That's a lot of damage.
You're focusing hamster here, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But when he has his shields up, you don't get ult charge from hitting him. So honestly, I just ignore Hammond for as long as I possibly can, and I shoot whatever a team's calling out. In that case, Hammond got hacked, and they called the hack, and you owned. So nice work.
I can switch to his Mercy.
Triggered. Mercy's dead.
Good kill on the Mercy. She really had no idea what she was doing.
Oh, we need something for that.
Yeah, so you guys lose here because even though you guys were getting picks, they were too. And you don't really have the sustain of any tanks. Honestly, I would run Orisa here. It's really hard because I guess you guys didn't have main tank players at the time.
I'll switch.
But yeah, I mean, having a consistent main tank player is really important. You guys should be talking about ults right now. You're being quiet. Their Pharah's been getting a lot of chip damage, so she'll probably be close. You guys call for focus on Hammond too late. You don't have okay, well you have a McCree. So what you should be doing is just watching for that Hammond. A lot of Hammonds, especially in your guys' like kind of rank, Hammonds will slam, even though slam is probably his worst ability. So if you just watch for him to slam, you can put a full fan the hammer, flash him, and then fan the hammer again, and then hopefully, if everyone's doing damage, he'll die pretty much immediately. But you guys were just split there. You called McCree right. You didn't call that he used flashbang, but you shouldn't have pursued him anyway because yeah, your guy was coming back, so no big deal. They pause again.
I guess. You want me to switch to a shield?
I mean, yeah, you guys should have an Orisa. I mean, probably a Lucio too. Lucio is. I mean, his speed was nerfed and that hit him really hard, but he's still one of the best main healers you can have. The Pharah knew your trap was there and tried shooting you. I don't know if I would have tried to tire there. But I guess she had no short-term memory, so you were fine. You shouldn't have gone out there. They res the McCree, and also you shouldn't expect yourself to be able to hit a Pharah in the sky, even if she is Discord. You guys vouched there for some reason. You should really try and save your ults and build up an ult economy.
I'm on point.
So here they use Deadeye. You guys use Valk. Their McCree is kind of stomping you guys right now. I don't know if I would have played Rein here, honestly. Like, even though you guys were running no main tank at all, honestly, like, Reinhardt is just so bad with your comp in general. You've got low healing because you're running Mercy Zen, and you've got. Okay, sorry, I can't talk and watch at the same time. You guys have Mercy Zen. You're running Reinhardt with no off tank. Reinhardt, I really like running Zarya with Reinhardt because that's just kind of what you do. So you're running these 3 DPS, which all 3 of these DPS have really good burst damage. You've got, Doomfist, he 3-hit, he combos really well. His abilities are pretty much always off cooldown. You have stun for the Hammond, and also you're trying to shoot the Pharah here. And then you've got Junkrat, and I mean, this is just, think about the map layout. Think about, there's sort of 3 ways that people can go, and the point is kind of just this wide open area. You're not really gonna find value in Junkrat here, especially when they're running like Pharah and then their McCree's playing back. So you really haven't been doing much on the Junkrat. I honestly would replace the Junkrat with a Zarya, or honestly even better run a Hog or Risa or even just, some sort of other DPS here instead of running the Rhine Junkrat.
Yeah, focus fire. Whoa!
We gotta
Hello?
go.
That was the worst Hammond play I've ever
We gotta
seen.
contest point. Gamers,
But,
go forward, forward, forward.
I mean, yeah, you guys have to contest here.
I need our
And I haven't watched this one time through like I usually do,
Nice.
which I'll do next time. But it's like
He's good.
McCree's
Hog
one.
low.
early.
Hog, please.
I mean, late.
Got it. Don't worry, Kane.
Okay, well, their Lucio wasted ult there. He should have recognized that you guys were going to cast.
Killed like 4 of them. We're good.
Oh.
Nice job, guys.
Nice.
You cap here, and then you immediately walk back here, which is a really good positioning. Especially, I really like that your Mercy's with you too. Honestly, Ryan, I would have you back here too. I would have you come up these stairs and, shield here. Because if you guys controlled this entire area, you're going to be kind of unstoppable. You've got access to high ground. You can make them go through this little choke to come to point. The only problem with that is you don't have much contest power here because instead of running an off tank, you don't really have a Diva or, Roadhog or even a Lucio to contest. So staying here might be good, but honestly, Ryan, you should be like back here on this Lucio's dead body or something. Poor guy.
Careful not to be Boop Star.
Indy,
Yeah?
we're twins.
Oh, yeah.
You're also
Ryan, you should not be pushing up. Unless you're just getting a fire strike off. Okay, good. You
Yeah.
backed up. You have Earth Shatter. You should be thinking about what ults they have and what they just used. Like they just used they're probably gonna have Deadeye again because it charges really fast.
On his left.
McCree's also right.
Something you can do if there's a Pharah and she's just behind a corner, if you just throw your dynamite and don't move your crosshair and you just click, it'll blow up in her face and she won't be able to kill you because you have a Mercy on you and also it's a 120 damage max rocket.
Yeah, I don't know what you were expecting, Starla.
He's good.
I didn't know where to hold because
They
you guys were like.
they guys begin
behind.
pushing you, yeah, and also you're running the Rhine and you guys really don't know what to do here. Once you guys split up, it makes it really easy for them to just, especially with their hamster comp, they can just kind of flank you guys, collapse on you, make it so you can't get a shatter off worth anything, and take you out one by one. I don't even know where your McCree was positioned when they died.
Don't get on point, gamers.
I died, gamer.
I get that you're contesting with Valk, but if you had Valk, I probably would have used it earlier. I tend to use Valk to initiate fights rather than
McCree ult.
contest.
Just get on point.
Unless you just got it, in which case it's good.
Good farm McCree, but
Those are really good ult. But it's not gonna be enough.
oh shit.
I like that you're baiting the people to come and get owned by your shotgun.
I contested as long as I could have. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's go back.
Okay.
To what we know.
On the
You guys are back to this comp. Oh, except you still have Rhine.
Okay.
Unless you don't. Yeah, you don't. Never mind. I take that back. Sorry.
Okay, they're running a rat, and
They
I
have a
think
fist?
it's Doomfist?
Yep.
Copying our strats, I see.
So you guys watch Doomfist use all three of his abilities immediately, and you don't collapse on him. So something you need to watch for, especially with flankers like that, if a Doomfist comes in using all three of his abilities just to initiate and he doesn't kill anyone, that's a free kill for you guys. Like he won't have full shields or anything. You guys can just melt him. Same thing with Genji. If you see Genji dash to initiate, you can immediately just take him out once that's down. You guys really need to get good at calling things out and calling out abilities. So I don't know, maybe sometime you guys can run drills where you're focusing something that your healer calls or something like that. But just getting used to talking in general. Something I see here is you guys are trying to brute force with a sim here when they have a Junkrat. So yeah, they're just gonna spam here. They're gonna wait for their Doomfist to have his abilities back, come in, kill people. Hamster can just come in, kill people. And you guys have sort of nothing to break this choke. You really need the Lucio if you're gonna run this, because being able to set up here, like, is what will win you the game. Oh, you do have a Lucio? Okay. So here's the thing about Lucio. Lucio is a main healer, like Mercy. I usually run Lucio with Xin or Ana or something. Mercy's fine too, though. If you're running Lucio, you want to be calling your amps. You want to be calling your speed boosts. Just so that people in general can know how to go places. Because it can be really easy to overwhelm them with Lucio's speed boost, even though it is nerfed to only 50% speed boost. Or maybe less. I don't remember. Sorry.
Mercy was one.
I've got no brain. You guys have kind of like random competitive comms there. You don't really want to be calling things like she was one. You only want to be calling things for people that can be killed, or people that use abilities so that you can push them.
Focus everyone besides the robot. It'll be easier to kill. On his size.
So you guys are set up here.
Oh no, wait. No.
It lets their Doomfist move around very easily and just take 1v1s. Doomfist really excels at just winning 1v1s. Yeah, you guys are spread, but that's kind of the nature of your comp. Your weird ass comp.
Hog half in the corner.
Okay, well, you guys win the fight because you guys collapsed on them one point and then they just didn't know what to do. That's something I'm seeing frequenting this enemy team. They don't have the mechanics to do anything against you guys.
Junkrat's top right.
If you hear a hamster ult like that, you can use your shield to break all the mines, at least the ones that you would fall on. So that could have saved you. Unfortunately, your Pharah got taken out by the McCree though too.
Pause resing me, be careful.
That was a big res. You're lucky that the McCree didn't immediately take you out.
Focus Hammond.
You don't really want to say I'm gonna ult. You probably want to say I'm gonna EMP, just so that people aren't going to be able to keep track of what you're playing. Maybe, I don't know. I probably would use the word EMP, but maybe that's pedantic. Good. You guys clean up this fight. You guys shouldn't have won this. Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't think they really understand how the Hammond comp needs to work. I'm gonna turn the music off. It's a little loud.
I really do like that.
Thank you.
I got horses.
Hammond's going left.
Oh, it's set to its highest quality. Sorry about the pixels. You should call that they slammed and used their shields. That was a free kill. McCree used flash. Good kill. Are you guys really gonna win this fight?
Cool though.
Okay, no, they get the res off, which means you guys will lose this fight.
For a minute.
I wouldn't have used that ult, but
Mercy 1.
They're using ults. You shouldn't be using ults. You guys got it to 99, so at this point you just want to die. Yeah.
Type. Usually one more push.
It's like Shay and I are comboing.
Yep. Let's go.
An e-gamer. As opposed to this board game.
I'm an EMP. 3, 2, 1.
It was a big EMP. You count down a little fast, not gonna lie. But that's fine. I don't even count down, I just ask if they're ready. You shouldn't be focusing on Nano Hammond because worst comes to worst, they do a little bit of damage. You should be focusing their Tracer, maybe trying to get the recall out, and then she becomes a free kill. You guys hack Hammond, which makes it really easy to kill him. But yeah, you want to focus Tracer. Good callouts. Once again, you guys are only really calling things out in the heat of the moment.
Someone's
It's a good win. I'm proud of you guys. Oh my god. Look at these guys. They're using the good player icon. So honestly, something I would do in the future is maybe match with the have fish icon. It's something you can only get during the New Year's event, but honestly, the only way I see you guys doing well in general is just if you run the have fish. I know they lost, but as you can see, there's kind of a monkey here, and I mean, he's messing up the vibes here.
get behind.
Yeah.
No.
You guys run 2 tanks here.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay.
You guys don't know what you're running out of the gate.
Yeah. So like.
So do you guys know of the bunker comp that goes in here? Because I feel like you guys would really like it, and I can definitely go over it with you. But the idea is the payload comes through here, and then right here in the tunnel, you have an Orisa set up, and so you can just indefinitely contest, and they can't really do anything. If you guys want to know more, if you haven't seen it live or just didn't want to play it, then I can show you guys, and I promise you it will win you every game.
I know, the gooch
Very
angle.
gooch.
I've been studying Shay's technique.
You're saying like, I don't know, like jewelry, like the jangle.
Cooch.
Like Cooch in the Baptiste.
Yeah.
Well, they have Pharah, so really what they're going to want to do is just charge ults until they can. Good job on the Diva for dropping down and contesting.
You kill them, they die in real life.
In the game, I need
Kill them. Up.
Thank you.
Oh god, who's moving it?
Orisa, if I were you, I'd be calling polls. If people know to look for polls, then it will
There's an Ana down there.
make them very happy. Yikes, that was hard to watch. I'm sorry, Torv. You guys should just a suggestion, maybe talk about things like ults, or what they're going to be, or what their strat is going to be, what you guys want to do.
Careful to not get.
Oh, they're under here.
There's probably a
Over
sombra.
here. They're under there.
They have the song.
They're coming to dive.
She tried it.
So you don't call the anti there, but
Diva one.
it was a really good anti. You're gonna want to call who's purple when you make them purple.
Ana's
Winston on
top
cart.
really low.
Listen,
Winston down, that's
Coming back.
don't know where their Ana went.
She went into that tunnel over there and she was pretty low.
That tunnel over there.
Getting back up.
I would say high ground tunnel, or
Yeah.
saying that she's rotating 2 cars over there.
Starla, if you could spy check.
You
Around you?
you look at tab, you don't call out any information or what you expect them to have.
I hear.
So Torb, you have to reload, so really spy checking for you is not very useful. You have a diva, so I would just leave it to the diva and have you go off and shoot people.
Nice try.
Nice pick.
I like that you destroyed the translocator though. That's kind of
Yeah,
funny.
I destroyed her translocator.
She's gonna run away.
For it again.
Oh, she was 1 health. That's so annoying.
She sure was.
Oh,
She's over.
Oh, I got hacked.
She's over there is not the most useful call, but
Focus, Winston.
we can go over things like location calls sometime.
Nice.
That was really good.
Okay, so you guys don't need any more ults to win the fight.
they're all,
Monkey on me.
Winston.
I mean, maybe you do, because you guys ended up taking a lot of damage, but overall, I think that was a decent nano, and you guys
Fire's done.
are winning the fight.
Mercy's dead.
I'm ulting.
I'm 1 HP.
Take the health back.
So honestly, right here, I would be talking about what ults they're going to have. If they haven't used EMP, I would have Batiste hide with his invulnerability thing.
Let's rotate to the
Wow,
high
nice
ground.
hold, guys.
Let's go to this high ground.
Oh! Sorry, I got excited.
I wouldn't have everyone group up together.
Right.
Like Torb, you can be kind of away a little bit. Just have your Bastion Arisa in one place.
Indy, where's your turn?
Have your Batiste hiding.
She definitely has EMP.
I'm gonna stick by it in case I get dove.
Okay.
Good call
Behind you!
on EMP.
I'm dropping.
Unfortunate. You lose your Batiste.
Focus Farah while she's shooting. Nice. Winston next. Winston.
It's a huge Torbolt,
Mercy one.
but it doesn't look like it's gonna be enough.
Alright, I'm dead.
I'm also dead.
Anna, you really just want to throw yourself a cart here. Yeah, you do that. Okay. Arisa, you should be backing up. Batiste, you should. You get your Anna just died. Okay, yeah, you back up.
Go Reaper.
Okay.
And
Who's? Oh, you're gonna do it with the Pharah. I was like, who's gonna do that?
Oh, nice pick.
Okay, so they res and then Valk, so you should be ready for them to push. They use EMP. You guys didn't really call anything there.
focused.
You
Diva's one.
use Diva Bomb after 3 of your teammates have died. Overall, you shouldn't expect to win this. You should just throw your body at
Please go
cart
away.
like you're doing and just contest. Torbjorn, I think you should have pulled out your hammer because it would have been funny.
Widow now instead of
Okay.
instead of Sombra.
Honestly, I don't know if Reaper would be the pick here, but
I might. Indy.
I mean, this is lower rank. You guys can get away with it really easily. Having the sustain is nice,
Oh, quick.
but having a McCree or something for the stun would be good. You would be running double hit scan, so
Monkey down.
I got Farah and Widow.
good kill. You guys
Focus
win
Winston.
this pretty easily.
Mercy
It
down.
doesn't look like they had any ults to
Diva's
Monkey
in.
slap.
do anything. You can stagger Diva.
One's in one, one's in one.
So the tight thing about defending is that if a Diva gets demeched, no matter what she does, she's kind of just vulnerable. You guys can just wait, and then if she remechs near you, if you can call that, then you get a free 600 health ult charge. Like, she did that. She did exactly that. She remeched. She didn't even remech in front of you. She remeched over where she was safe, where she could have gone back to spawn. But instead, she flew over into you guys. You guys could have collapsed on that really easily and gotten another ult.
Nice.
Nice.
Overall, you guys win the fight. Their diva escapes. Yeah, their diva escapes, but she feeds 400 health first. You guys should be talking about what ults they have, what they're gonna try to push with, and
All of
what your win conditions
This is
are.
one.
I'll see later.
He really is.
I like that you guys rotate to high ground here.
He's going around to touch probably.
Monkey touched. Eva touched.
You guys should be calling out the lamp because
What?
the lamp
Behind the payload.
the lamp is what keeps people alive. So yeah, it looks like you guys didn't really expect the bomb because it killed 2 of you.
Fara's dead, but so is everyone else. Can we contest?
Yeah, you should just be throwing yourself at cart. You're staggering yourself by
Yeah,
backing up. Did you vow?
We're still
We got
contesting.
this.
You guys, hold it. Diva and I are coming in.
I don't recommend holding it.
Yeah, I almost had it.
Oh, you guys are really throwing here.
Sealers.
It's not worth it. Your comp isn't really designed for the long stall. Reaper has really good sustain. Diva can fly in and out. Your Diva initiated with bomb, which is never a good idea, like ever. You probably should have, if you were going to contest that, you probably should have let yourself die and then bombed if you could stay alive. Having both of your healers just be the last ones to die is really crippling in that kind of stall comp.
Sonic's coming in.
I'm still contesting.
So yeah, you guys are just feeding so much ult. They're Pharah ulted?
God.
Okay, well
That's okay.
you should call that Pharah solo ulted you, and that they're not going to have Pharah ult. You did hold them for a while. Really good job.
We have one good team wipe, and it's hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
My Pokemon cards fell on my foot.
That's really good.
Can't
That's
bend down to pick them up. They're just there.
Lucio above Ryan.
honestly, Pokemon cards should be part of the meta here.
Fara, so I'm gonna switch.
Keeping them by your feet is probably a mistake. If you had them up on your desk or in your lap or something, I think you'd be doing much better here.
What?
Once again, you guys are getting ulted and they're getting kills off of these ults that don't usually kill people because you're not calling for it and you're not being prepared. So, I mean, it's a nano McCree, so it's much harder to not die to it. But if you guys had known, like, they're going to have Deadeye, they're going to have Nano coming up, they're probably going to Nano their tank or something to initiate a fight. You should be looking for things like that.
Discord Winston?
Uh,
And McCree,
Monkey
I'm
slept.
gonna right click.
Monkey gets immediately unslept. So for bigger tanks like Winston, Reinhardt, Diva, and you're Ana and you like know you can sleep them, call out that you're going to sleep them and people will not shoot them. If you say sleeping Winston in 3, 2, and then you sleep him, he'll go out like a light, and your funny little Diva, your funny little McCree, whoever really wants to tickle him awake will refrain just that once.
I can come in with an ult if we need it.
Yeah, let's back out. So we can.
You guys should be backing out here.
One more time, no one die.
If you don't have trans, I would probably have switched to
You
Lucio.
get a point? On point.
Break lamp. You should be calling lamp. You should be whenever Batiste lamp is out, that's the first thing you guys need to kill because otherwise nothing will die.
Ana.
Discord Ana?
You get kind of on there because you get forced to Wraith because of their bomb. You could have held it a minute there. You guys get good value out of this Nano Ryan,
Ana's one?
but yeah, you didn't really play together. Reaper, you walked ahead of your Ryan and walked around the payload only to get stunned and right after your Wraith ended.
I died.
We died.
You didn't have a Lucio, so you didn't get amp healing on point.
I'm so upset about
Yeah, I don't know about the Torbjorn either. Okay, I really...
They have a wind speed.
So something that's important in a team environment is having a role that you explicitly play in practice. I feel like this is a more casual team because you guys practice in quick play and competitive and such, but even so, I think having, like, you know, people that stay on specific roles is really healthy, just in general. Especially if you want team experience in the future.
We did push them to overtime twice.
Back.
We got this. Sonic, we've got this.
Yeah, we got this.
Wait, what am I doing?
We're gamers.
Bappy.
Happy.
You guys do
Are you
got
okay with
this.
Baptiste, or
No,
would you want to
can
mercy?
you
Oh,
Baptiste?
yeah, sure.
Sorry.
We're good.
Ryan is fine here. I probably would run the horse. I like putting shields right here on the corner. But that's fine. Ryan is okay here. They're going to probably be set up on Big Earl's, the gas station. So you want to keep that in mind.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing we were doing.
Okay, you have sights. You use all your matrix before cart is even around the point. I would have just saved matrix. I would have kind of adjusted myself here. The thing that beats bunker comp is forcing a rotation. So when they hold a bunker up here, what you can do is just go around tunnel, set up somewhere, have your diva maybe contest on point or have a healer contest on point, and just force them to have to move because they're running Orisa and they don't move as easily as you guys. Your shield's down instantly. They mess up their shield, but yeah, your Bastion goes down.
I'm gonna die.
They're not focusing your lamp, I guess? Okay, they are now. Good shielding. You shouldn't be playing Widow. There's the only value you can find is if you come up here or go around this way, and you didn't manage to find anything there.
Yeah.
Their bastion is down. Mercy's resing.
Diva behind.
You didn't have boosters. I
This is one.
probably would have just
Bastion's down
dropped.
again.
I
Nice.
also probably wouldn't have flown in there,
Diva,
but
Diva.
you caused the disruption, and that was good.
Go up and get
Wait, what? So Baptiste fell, and he was shooting you, and he's alone. And you're about to die, but you didn't call out that he was there.
Anyone can?
Your guys
I can.
really need to focus fire
Back. I know I
It's
have
just
my
more.
Mercy's half a cop. I can't.
You guys
Mercy.
call things out when you can't kill them by yourself, and only after you get them to a certain threshold of damage. So work on calling things out as soon as you see them. Work on talking in general.
She's died from my shots. That's good.
Ash.
Dash half.
Ash 1.
Mercy fine.
Mercy down.
You should be calling out when you're taking damage like that.
You're nutty.
You guys should cap this. They shouldn't.
Waiting up top in that corner over there, so be careful, Starla.
Top.
At least the bastion was sitting there,
I don't see him.
so they probably rotated.
They're not
There.
even paying attention to us.
Okay, so they back up here. They're sitting here. You guys know this. So once again, the way you can beat this really easily is to just force them to rotate. Have your Widow take an angle on this side and maybe have people come up this way. Right now you guys are just playing for mechanics and shield battle, and you clearly outskill these people.
Just get out of the
So
window.
I wouldn't be surprised if you guys end up winning.
The shield just keeps breaking. Like,
Yeah.
Just keep going behind. Should be good.
You use all of your matrix instantly.
Diva,
Diva
on
behind.
point.
Bob on point.
Oh, what?
Okay, so you watch them use Bob, you watch them use Bomb, you don't call either of those out. You don't call out any ults that they're going to have next fight. You do call out that you were in the building, which is not a very useful call.
Let's go.
You call out that you were trapped between Bob and a rock, and
Okay.
you know, however nice that may be, I would love to be trapped with Bob too. I don't think that's a very useful call here.
They're not moving.
They could have pulled you and killed you instantly, but they didn't. That's okay.
I can bomb them.
Okay, so you guys are running a dive comp now.
I just need to
Paul,
know.
could you Ana when you die?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Just let Matrix
Let's stop.
reset.
Bomb it.
Tell you shouldn't Matrix hallways and stand there like that. You should be coordinating with your Winston.
Bastion's low and all.
Bastion one.
Nice.
Okay, once again, you guys are calling things, which is good.
Ash is getting res.
Bash down,
Nice.
Bappy.
Duppy.
You didn't call that Mercy was rezzing
Where?
He's
and
back.
that she
In the
valked.
middle of them.
Come on, back. He's one. Okay, he's healing himself. Never mind.
I can't do anything.
Yeah, so once again, you guys did a good. You used Bomb to force their rotation, which caused them to split, and that worked for a minute. You guys got the kill on the Bastion, but you also ended up splitting yourself so severely that there was really nothing for you guys to focus on. If you guys had, if like Diva, if you stayed with your Winston, I don't know if your Winston died or not, but if you had stayed with your Winston, you might have been able to do something
She was Valkyrie.
more worthwhile.
Yeah, they're going back on high ground.
Okay, you guys watch them reset. You take a bunch of damage. You use grenade really early, which is fine as long as you get it back on cooldown. So you should be saving abilities right now. Saving up your matrix and saving up for a nade, and then if you can use your tanks to get on them and get a nade off, that can win you guys the fight.
Now.
He's getting healed.
You
They're really just body blocking the fuck out of him.
yeah, you shouldn't have flown in. You're making space for people to push cart, but you lost your life because you
No.
just flew in and fed.
I have EMP.
There's no reason to back up. Okay, so in general, when you're pushing a payload and they're killing you and you're down people, I mean, they're not playing a fast comp, so you can get out pretty easily, but if there's the chance that they can kill you, they probably will. You just want to throw yourself at cart, honestly.
I have 65 for bomb. I can feed off this diva a little bit.
Yeah, but they're feeding off of you too, and you're not talking about what ults they have.
5 nano.
The bomb isn't gonna work.
This is the position that you should be in.
They can just
This is where your Winston should have been too. Because the weakness with setting up here is that your Winston can just sit here and tickle them and then back up and then come back. And then the same with your Diva. You guys can alternate just forcing them until they have to move over here to take sights on you or start contesting the cart. It would have costed you so much less damage and feeding if you had,
So I'm just gonna EMP.
instead of trying to dive them head on.
What?
We have to first. Back out.
Okay, so if you're gonna EMP, I would EMP bomb because they're not gonna be able to do anything about that. They're gonna stagger you. The first thing you should always do as soon as you're demeched is just look for a cliff to jump off of. That sounded way meaner than I was hoping it to come out as, but you know what I mean. Like, if they do damage, they're going to get ult charge off of you. If you stand still, they're going to realize that they need to stagger you. If you just look for a cliff to jump off of, they're going to either kill you or you're gonna get to your mech faster. Alright, you should say you're ready.
We're ready.
Same position. Alright, I'm gonna bomb. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so you didn't get Baptiste in the EMP, and that's who you need to look for when you're playing Sombra. You always need to catch the Baptiste, or at least hack him first. Same thing with like Zins and Lucios. What they'll do is they'll hide for EMP when they know that you have it. Right there, like, see, they talk about ults, so they knew that you guys had EMP and they planned for it.
Got him.
Good kill. They waste Bob.
House, don't go
D.Va
there.
hacked.
Mercy's coming
Get
to
D.Va,
res.
get D.Va, get D.Va.
You should have gone into the house and tried to regroup with your team.
Bastion.
In general, you're playing D.Va very split from your team.
Bastion side, Bastion side. Nice. Get Baptiste.
You got this.
Lamp, lamp, lamp. Baptiste.
Once again, you guys are calling out in the heat of the moment, so it's
Diva,
working.
diva, diva.
You guys are having okay focus fire.
Nice.
Am I still recording? Okay, good.
They're gonna still be able to contest, so.
I'm gonna body block.
They're running a They're running a bunker comp. They really shouldn't contest. Yeah, they don't.
No, Bastion's just sitting there.
I'll take it.
So how do you guys deal with them setting up? Once again, you're going to want to force a rotation and then steamroll as much as you possibly can.
They're just made.
You use all your matrix, you don't eat any damage, and you take almost your entire health bar. Try to be more
Oh, Reese so
Reese
low.
aware of what your team's doing and
Bastion's hacked. I
what
have
you can do there.
They're anti.
I have
I'm
bomb.
gonna EMP then.
Why did you do that? You should have talked about it first because, you know, your Winston died, your D.Va was demaxed. You're not gonna get anything off of this, except maybe a couple meters of cart.
Oh, honey.
I'm sorry. I barely missed it.
Immediately they start shooting you.
Just back up. Back
They
up.
get another 600 HP worth of ult charge because your D.Va dies. You guys get down to the minute.
I have nano.
So you guys have Nano, you guys... So what you should do is initiate with Nano Winston, wait for him to be low, and then use Winston ult. Or initiate with Primal, get low, and then Nano. They use Lamp early, which is really good for you guys. You should use that to push.
I'm jumping Bap right, top.
You should be using Amp.
He's down.
Mercy, 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 mercy. Oh.
Bastion hacked. Bastion hacked.
D.Va, you should be with your Winston, but it's okay that you're not. That was kind of a desperation bomb, I get it. Overall, you guys played this map on attack anyway, really sloppily. You didn't work to force them to rotate, you just kind of threw yourself at a bastion and kind of just hoped for the best. Hoped that you could outshoot them. Because, like I said, like, you guys clearly know that you have better mechanics
Bastion one.
than them. The issue is, by not forcing them to rotate, they're just
Oh shit.
destroying you.
Wait, I was on point.
Oh. Horizon.
I'm losing my voice. Jesus Christ. I haven't talked for 45 minutes straight in like a decade. I don't usually talk to anyone.
Fan, come to me.
Got 60 cents, which means I can't get chicken nuggets. Oh. It actually made me really sad for some reason. I teared up a little bit.
Other than Arisa.
I just want people to get their chicken nuggets.
Singing was in sync with my song, Shay.
Okay.
As it should be. small dad on Baptiste.
Okay.
I'm not wearing my glasses. I keep thinking that says small load. I feel bad. I'm sorry. Okay.
You know where we're going. Alright, it's
So I'm not gonna judge you guys on your comp because you're pretty excited to run these comps.
Where does the store lead? Oh, right here.
You know where we're going.
Good teleportation and rotation.
Go gamer.
Okay, immediately you see they have the Bastion, or at least they have the Orisa that they love to run. So forcing them to rotate here is so good. This is something you guys are doing well. Is that their Doomfist? They have a Doomfist and you guys don't turn to look at them, which is going, yeah, they're going to be able to just kill all three of you. Yeah. So at this point, I would probably switch off of one of your DPS and have a McCree just for the stun.
I mean a Bastion Bappy.
You wanna be a diva?
Okay, so you guys don't really know what you're doing here, which is fine. You're going to dive. Okay. Your dive is pretty sloppy though. I want to watch how you guys sort of try to initiate this. What support are you running? I would honestly be running Lucio's in here. No. No. What you can do here, you can jump up here, but not hit the ledge, and so you fall back down under the slip. And that can make them use abilities like Diva's Jetpack or, you know, anything like that to try to stop you. It's just kind of a fake out play, but I wouldn't have jumped up here to try and do anything because your team's not going to be with you. You guys, yeah, so you guys are just, oh, your team actually comes and helps. I like that you guys killed the Diva and supported your own Diva, because your own Diva kind of flew in and fed a little bit. Good focus fire. You guys are actually calling things. I really like that that's what you're doing. You guys want to get on this Sin. You want to be talking about it, but you heard the Doomfist is hacked call and you didn't focus Doom.
Someone has to get rid of the turrets.
So as it stands, you guys have no CC. One of the reasons Goats is so good is because Brig stuns. Oh, you guys are running Moira too. Moira is kind of the worst hero in the game, even though she's beautiful and I love her so much. She's not going to be an ideal support just because her utility doesn't really go beyond healing you guys and giving the enemy ult charge to an extreme amount.
Alright, well, she wasted her ult. We need to go.
Okay. I'm diving
You guys don't need to go like that. You're immediately gonna die. You jumped into a shield, so you're not gonna get any healing off. You guys just kind of jumped the first thing you saw. Yeah, so you guys are really getting shut down here because you're trying to run dive without knowing how to run dive or really what dive is. And they're running a comp that can really take advantage of that by forcing you guys to take a lot of damage really fast. And you're going to think that the solution is Moira, but that's not very good. You are running Sombra, and Sombra is so good at just winning 2 CP because EMP is just a win ult. Like,
there's a Doom in us. Get him first.
Diva, you should turn around and kill Doom. You guys should not have dropped the beat. You should be speed boosting to point.
Oh god.
I probably... I probably would have bombed up here because you can get best of both worlds. You can get anyone on point, and you can also get people that are on this bridge and force them to drop, and then you can collapse on them really fast. So your bomb doesn't find anyone, but it forces them to split. You should be calling. Yeah, I would kill Bongo. Yep.
Baptiste is hacked.
Okay, there's really not anything you guys can do here.
Back
Nice.
down.
Diva, diva, diva.
Oh, unless you guys win,
Just the tanks.
which is tight. Once again, you force them to rotate, you force them to split themselves, and then because you guys are mechanically better than all of them, you guys just won the individual like 2v2s or 1v1s,
Reset me.
and that's why you won.
Reset what happened.
Doomfist is coming back.
He's hacked.
Okay, wow. So nice job. That's really what you guys have been excelling at, is just when you guys manage to split them, or when you guys manage to make it so they have to use their mechanics against yours, you can brute force your way to winning a fight that you should not be winning. That's kind of
Are they all left?
They have a May now.
your guys' strat right now.
Setting up left, yeah.
Okay.
So what I would do here is I would fake a Winston jump up, make it so that you land right in front of this, make them think they need to commit to chasing you, and then use that rotation to split them.
Let's go now.
I wouldn't use any ults.
Arisa's
I
hacked.
just get D-Mac'd every time I dive with you.
Yeah, that's because you're diving first. What you should be doing is watching your Winston dive, using your Matrix to keep him alive, and flying in behind him. And you guys shouldn't be just jumping onto them like how you've been doing. The thing about dive is you need to be really precise about what you're going to do. You need to have a game plan, because if you just try to dive in a Risa, 400 health, 200 of that is armor. She's got Baptiste, she's got a lamp now, she's got, the support of her Mercy. You guys can't get healed because there's a giant red shield here. You're really not going to find any value out of that. You're just going to be feeding.
Get lamp, get lamp. Arisa. Okay.
So yeah, I understand the frustration with not being able to dive with your main tank, but it's not your main tank's fault. It's just that you guys
Go up with
don't know how to dive.
you when
Yeah,
you dive.
Honestly, because they're running a bunker comp over here, I would run maybe a soldier or a sniper of some sort to go here, and then have your Sombra just build EMP. And then if you have a McCree or a soldier, I mean that's a free Deadeye or soldier ult.
Want me to go Pharah?
No.
You guys have so many ults, wow.
The diva upright, just shoot her.
You guys have the advantage with ults here. You've got like 6.
Okay. Let's get ready to jump.
Yep. I'm ready MP. Winner.
I'm ready.
Just do it.
Okay.
You guys are standing around. Sombra, you could definitely initiate with EMP and just have a bomb go in.
MP, but,
Hmm.
Diva's hacked.
Okay, now you really want to EMP
Okay.
because they have a bongo. Your diva's gonna get demaxed. Never mind. Okay.
Get the doom, get the doom.
That was not an EMP that was worth it. You definitely should have used EMP to initiate.
I'm on Bathy.
I'm on Orisa.
So you guys are down 1, and you should be keeping track of that. You should be keeping track of who's dead, who's alive,
Mercy down.
and sort of what you're going to need.
Doomfist is coming in. Doomfist is on me.
Yeah, you guys are gonna lose that pretty handily.
Can you go first?
And you used all but 2 of your ults, which is Really unfortunate. They're going to have ults. They use Bongo, they use Mei ult, but they might be halfway there or closer because their Mei can just chunk you guys.
Yeah, I think Pharah
my
could.
only concern.
I wouldn't run Pharah here. I wouldn't run Tracer either, though. Would definitely have a Soldier or a McCree.
Alright.
Just because the high ground right here is so powerful, if you guys can get a hold of it.
Baptiste is hacked.
Okay, I'm jumping him.
Fuck.
He fell down.
Oh, that
You should be on this D.Va, yeah.
Diva's on max.
Your
Doom behind, get him.
D.Va definitely should have called that.
Oh.
You want to call this Doomfist. You guys want to be calling people when they use abilities to attack you.
We have one more push.
Yeah, you want to not die here. You should have just kept running. You stood and watched him so that he could shoot you and get ult charge. Okay.
Cocky. Alright.
He did get cocky, but he's gonna respawn very quickly. And he's just gonna use his abilities to come in. You guys, once again, you guys don't have a McCree, so you've got no stun, and you've got nothing to contest the high ground. You didn't have anything to combo the bomb with. You saved the bomb for 3 team fights. So overall, that was just...
Can I, okay.
It was hard. You guys didn't really combo ults. You guys didn't talk about what ults they were planning on using. You guys didn't focus targets. You didn't have any CC for their Doomfist. And overall, the only time you guys could gain traction is when you actually managed to cut them off from each other and just outskill them individually, which means you're playing more like this is just each of you are solo queuing competitive and you're going up against a 6-stack. That's really what's happening here.
See. Nice.
Mercy.
See.
Okay.
Rev up those fryers.
Hello?
Thanks, Sean.
Okay, only 25 minutes left.
They have a Genji. Genji Ryan.
Okay, so you should be calling that they're gonna teleport to point and also that the sim is 1 health. They
Mercy.
They don't have a Lucio, so I don't know what their plan was after they teleported, but whatever. Good job, guys. You cleaned up really well. You didn't call much, which is unfortunate because you guys could
Get out of my house.
be calling.
They're not gonna find my YouTube.
Nice pick.
You should be tabbed to see if they're running the same thing that they originally ran, and calling out what they're running still.
Our music video.
You want to be calling out that they just use friendly bubble.
Are dead.
Nice pick.
Mercy on fire.
They're jumping. Winston on.
He's being frozen.
Oh
Get
no,
him
my
point.
field
Winston,
didn't go
Winston.
down.
Mercy.
Where'd she go?
Good focus.
She's left.
They should have chased you, but they didn't.
Can't see you, Sonic.
What?
Okay, so they're just kind of playing footsie with you right now, which is really good for you guys because that's the kind of comp you have. They want to use ults. They want to get ults and then use them, and that's how they're going to want to win. You guys can't blow ults like that. You use shield and you use your square for
Focus Farah.
no reason.
Yeah, she probably has ult.
And you use lamp. You shouldn't stack abilities like lamp and wall because I just made a donut. That's kind of good. You don't want to stack ult or stack abilities like that because I mean it just makes more sense to have them alternate. You use Mei ult, so you use pretty much everything and don't get a lot of value. You guys manage to kill some things. You guys lose some people. If they were mechanically better, they could beat you guys. It forces you guys to use your Bob. you've just used all your ults to contest, and while they're still contesting, and they're you guys are chipping away at their time bank. Overall, you guys committed a lot of ults, and you're not talking about the ults that they're going to have. So if they were smart, I couldn't really see, but if they were smart, they wouldn't have used any ults. That would have been a dry push, and then they'd just come in, they'd barrage you, damage boost the barrage, kill 2 of you, and then win the fight.
Show your face.
I'm not.
Oh. I got res, it's fine.
Careful for
Now they're running Widow, which is going to be really powerful against you guys.
Listen.
You should call that the Zarya used both her bubbles and that you guys can focus this Winston. You guys should focus the Zarya now, because she doesn't have any abilities.
Get the Zarya.
Sorry.
Nice work. Now you guys should push their healers that you know are there because you watched them, and not forget about them. You guys should. Oh my god. You watched their Mercy. She was right here. You watched the wall go up, and then you immediately lost any short-term memory you had because the Zarya was shiny. That's... You guys could have pushed that. Yeah. Starla, you were in the right there. You guys definitely should have pushed it.
Sup?
Winston's to the right. So is Ana.
Also, why are they running Winston Zarya? I'm gonna cry. I would not have used your invulnerability there. You really need to save that. You know they're gonna have ults. They just used Grav. They're about to Pharah ult you guys so hard. Unless they already used it. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, so...
They're pocketing him?
Looks like you guys are gonna lose anyway, yeah.
Ana's behind point. Oof, that far.
You guys really didn't have anything
You don't have anyone
Yeah,
yet.
no one's on the point.
for that team fight. You got ults at the end of the fight. You ended up splitting yourself enough that they got the grab off. You used your invulnerability early.
We can't let them go. Take
Once again, you tried to play your strengths where you're just mechanically better than them, but it didn't work because they had ults that you didn't account for.
They're going right side?
right.
I'm gonna dive us ball. You need to get out of here.
Good kill, Starla. I'm proud of you.
Get him point.
You watch Winston initiate with jump and use his bubble. Okay, never mind. He didn't initiate with jump. But oh well. Their Widow is just doming you guys. You watch Zarya use personal. You guys should call that you want to focus Zarya.
Okay, Widow's dead.
You guys want to focus Zarya? You guys want to focus Zarya? Please call something out. Okay, you guys call Winston, but he doesn't die. You guys aren't killing things because you're not calling them out. And that's kind of scary. It's a little bit scary. Oh shit, did I take my medicine today? I don't know. Oopsie. I wouldn't be looking to ult like that. When they have a Pharah, my favorite thing to do is wait for her to ult and then use your barrier so that she kills herself on it. You didn't put your shield on point, really, so you can't really do much with that, but you guys win the fight pretty handily. And they wasted Pharah ult. You're right, they did waste Pharah ult, but you're not going to talk about ults, so it doesn't really matter because you have no idea what the hell they're going to run next, and it's going to cripple you.
If they get on point, you use your blizzard first.
Actually,
Okay.
And then I'll use my ult. Fire and ice, baby.
I can put my thing up here.
I don't know.
Looks like they're doing right again.
Use your ult.
Sim, once again, you can be charging your beam off the shield, and it would be kind of funny, but it's okay, you killed their Mercy.
Listen.
You didn't need your square,
Also, kept calling me.
but you charge it so fast that it doesn't matter. Oh my god. Are you guys losing this? They didn't even use ults, did they? You guys are just getting destroyed because you didn't have focus anywhere until they collapse onto point.
Listen.
And now they have Grav, and that's something you didn't account for. Yeah, they win this. Okay.
That's okay.
Wish I knew why they kept saying egg. Kind of annoyed by it.
Kind of annoyed. Sorry. I'll stop saying it if it makes you feel better. Just in general.
Alright. You know what time it is?
What time?
Torts time.
Torts.
I love torts.
I thought I was in deep.
Has
Tortsing it.
not how this works.
That's not.
Oh wait, am I DPSing?
What do you want me to do?
No, I clicked the wrong hero. It's Torbjorn.
Okay. Am I still recording?
That's not right.
Still recording. Cool.
Put your gamer ears in, Starla.
That's what headphones are.
This looks to be a pretty quick game. Okay, so now your DPS / Diva player is playing Lucio. Oh, are you running your Torb Goats comp that you told me about?
We don't need the speed boost right now.
I know, I'm just saying. Scream when you want it.
We're going left below over here.
Oh, I wouldn't go onto point. I would go all the way up around and take this high ground because you have a Torb and it would be funny. But you just kind of
Winston Discord.
play on point.
Winston
And they play really badly. They drop right onto you. They fall right for it. And
Baby Diva Discord.
you guys should win this fight. Even though you shouldn't have won that fight.
Ash is 1 on the high ground.
Wait for me. Thank you.
Nice.
Your Ryan didn't have to die. You've got like 4 supports, but that's okay. Brig, try to stay with your Ryan and just watch, or unless you're the one coming back from spawn.
Old spawn, so
I'm coming back.
Okay, no, you're not. So you only ever want to use your armor pack on your Ryan, just in general, like as a general rule. It's not always applicable, but you want to mostly keep your armor pack for your Reinhardt.
Saving Briggs privates? No.
Brig is all about just keeping your abilities.
She's like 7.
Indy, please. This
As
is a PG.
as off cooldown as possible.
You're a PG. There's no Winston.
Only using them when you really
Diva anti?
see the opportunity.
Winston, he's behind us.
Winston Discord.
God, Symmetras just love putting their walls up for no goddamn reason.
End his life.
My life has been taken.
Okay, so you lose out on your Ryan. You should have been speed boosting and playing with your Reinhardt, but that's fine. You guys are anti.
The turrets are really...
You really just need to throw yourself at point here because you're gonna die and feed.
I apologize.
Okay, you guys. So you get out. You manage to stay with your Ryan.
They use Symmetra, Winston...
Oh my god.
They didn't use Diva, I don't think...
Oh my god. An hour and 16 minutes in. And you guys are talking about their ults. Oh my god, I'm so proud of you guys. Oh. Do this more. Talk about ults more. Good job.
So what will he have, Bob?
Oh my god, this is a little bit heartwarming.
Starlight.
Switch to speed boost, Lucio.
Alright.
Why are you amping heals? Switch to speed boost. You silly goose.
Bob sleeping?
Bob Discord. Oh, never mind.
I swear.
Oh wait.
I can boop him, okay.
Alright. Winston?
Switch to speed boost. Ah.
Oh shit.
Okay, so Lucio is good because he has speed boost. That's the only reason people run Lucio. You don't want to be on your supporting thing for very long at a time at all. You want to stay on your speed boost. You want to be maximizing your time on speed so that you can, you know, force them to adapt to your fast movements. Jesus, it's midnight.
But they don't have Bob. They might have Sim again.
Okay, you're on speed, which is good, but my guess is as soon as you hit this corner, yep, you're switching to heals, and also, wow, you tried to initiate there. A little bit of a Reddit move. Just back up. What they're doing right now is they're getting antis off that are so big that there's nothing you can do. You don't have a Diva or a Zarya, so you can't eat the nades and you can't get your shield up, your bubble off. You Lucio ulted, but there was a shield right here, a bubble right here, so it didn't get to your Rhine. Or presumably your Brig. I don't know if your Brig died first or not. So I wouldn't have dropped the beat there. I would have just reset. Okay, so just if you guys are ever getting rolled out of spawn like this, just stop and think for a second. Think about where you can go. Think about what your options are. You can go here, or you can go all the way around. Think about what abilities you have. You've got speed boost. You've got earth shatter. You have a torb. You want to be set up in a place where you can put your turret. You're close to nano. You've got transcendence. So really what you want to be looking for is just how you can use these to pressure them into also using ults. Or even just how you can use this to initiate in a way that you're not the first one to die.
We need something for the Sim turrets. Like, it's kind of hard.
So a good counter to Sim turrets, speed boost. Another good counter to Sim turrets is going a different way. Even faking going another way. If you guys went this way, there are two doors, one here and one here. If you act like you're going out this one, the Sim's gonna panic and put all her turrets up here. It's gonna make a face. It's gonna look kind of funny. And then you can just go out here and touch payload. Things like that. You guys don't... I mean, shooting turrets is really easy too, but...
You want me to go it right now or after it?
I mean, Paul can handle the turrets.
You guys should speed boost. Oh no, I skipped too far ahead. Okay, so you're on healing again, which is frustrating because you shouldn't be. You amp healing, which is very bad. Your Brig uses stun to try and initiate something there. You guys are playing very sloppily. Even if you were in regular goats here, you wouldn't win.
I can go Winston now.
Yeah, they out ult you again. They've just been waiting for their ults. I would call it florts because Winston Goats is called floats. But warts is kind of a funny name.
They have too much damage.
Yeah.
Switch to 2 tanks.
It's just that you're not speed boosting. You're not taking advantage of your speed boost, and that's costing you so much because you're trying to play for sustain, but they have damage. And you guys don't have damage. And so you really need to try and play to get the upper hand by doing things like speed boosting, killing their Symmetra, killing their supports, anything. Calling your discords, calling what ults they're going to use. God. Dude, every time you pick a new hero, I swear to God, it's like you're trying to troll me with these crosshairs. It's like you're just
Oh, strong.
you're just like, okay, so here's my plan. I'm gonna make every crosshair worse, and the more I play, the worse they get,
This is so
and that makes me scared.
Winston Discord.
Okay, good call on the Winston. You get antied, so there's nothing you can do.
She just has a nice angle to ante us all, and then
Yeah, you need the Zarya. So, the reason that they don't run Ana in goats most of the time, you've been seeing it a little bit more lately, like watching Vancouver Titans, watching Violet play Ana. The reason that it's not typically run, it's kind of abnormal, is just because Ana's grenade is so good, but because you have a Diva and a Zarya, you've got one, you can eat the grenade, and two, if you just wait for your bubbles, like you wait to bubble, Ana gets the nade off, she's only gonna hit your Rhine, and then you just bubble it, you speed boost, and you kill everything.
now hear me out. What if we just went around?
Because you have Zen, and you have the damage.
We could go like dive or something.
Let's just go around.
You could go dive or something, but your dive is historically your worst
You said Winston.
comp.
Well, Devo is the first one to swap.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't get out of spawn.
Well,
so-
someone has to touch.
Yeah, there's a Diva at spawn.
Okay.
Discord.
You go to point, you contest, which is good. The longer you contest without killing this Ashe, the closer she gets to Bob, which will be their win condition. Because you guys won't be able to focus her. You guys don't focus anything. They have all their ults once again.
Discord.
And I'm just guessing here, but you guys lose the fight. Yeah. So overall, you didn't win because you didn't speed boost. You didn't utilize speed boost from a comp that really requires a speed boost if you run Lucio.
Yeah.
That we don't do it, so we're gonna be bad at it.
We could go that back. Yeah.
That requires a lot of building. But we don't have the team communication for goats.
Yeah.
That requires
Goats
a
is
lot of
so easy, dude. If you guys want to run goats, I mean, I wouldn't run goats on defense on Noombani. I would run Winston goats. Here's the thing about goats. It does take a surprising amount of communication, but it's also really easy if individual players just watch their cooldowns. If your Brig is just, saving armor packs, giving it to Winston. If your Zarya is saving bubbles for when you're antied or for when their Brig has stun up. If your Diva saving Matrix, stuff like that. Just because of the rank that you guys are in and the teams that you're going against, you can destroy.
we don't do it.
You'll just out mechanic them.
We could go that Bastion, Orisa.
You guys could do that. Sim is really good here for. Oh, you blocked someone. That's unfortunate. Sim is really good here because I've been telling you guys, you're probably sick of hearing the weakness with holy shit, I can't think. The weakness with bunker comp is that you can't rotate, and Sim is really good at rotating high grounds with teleporter. You guys can go from here to here in a few seconds, and that's really good. You're probably not going to do that though. That's my guess. You're going to place Sim on point, you're going to place turrets here and here or whatever, and you're going to let your team sit up here or over here.
Ham ham?
That's what I'm guessing is gonna happen.
Yeah, ham ham. I'm a big fan of ham ham.
I said quad DPS.
I probably shouldn't be guessing.
This is fine.
This is quad DPS. What are you talking about?
Okay, so you're not running bunker, you're actually running
Yeah. Dive.
this comp. this bastard comp. This is probably the worst comp you could possibly run.
Fara's one.
Batiste doesn't get any value from your Hammond. Your Sim doesn't get any value from your Hammond or your Batiste.
Low?
You are going to get pelted. That's a fucking word, I guess. You're gonna get pelted by their Widow.
There, I cut the fucking,
Get the
widow.
baby diva, please.
I'm trying, but she's literally being healed. Okay, stop yelling at me. Ma'am.
Okay, yeah, so that's your issue. You guys ran probably the worst possible comp I can even imagine on this map. Which is not necessarily your guys' fault. You were kind of just thrown in, spur of the moment. They've got 5 minutes to get around a corner, and they just took out your Pharah. You're doing a good job of just running into them. You're not going to get much value. They're going to be able to push very far and probably immediately cap.
I can't contest. I don't have any help.
I'm on it.
There's some tilt.
I don't have help.
I can feel it.
You don't have a life.
I can smell it in the air. I'm like a snake. I can taste it.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Their Pharah got ult really quickly because you guys didn't know what to do, and she killed you guys very quickly. And I mean, that's it. Yeah. You guys didn't run a comp that you can run.
I don't know what to do about the main tank situation.
Yeah, the main tank situation is really hard. But you really can't run things like that. I don't know. Oh my god. So we're at the end here. So let's talk about things that I want to see. So first thing, holy moly, that's a bad one. I want to hear you guys talking about ults. So ults. Number 2, I want to hear you guys calling targets. Oh my god, this is a bad list. This was a mistake. There's a lot of things. 3, I want you guys to play together and play comps that work together. So, play together, but don't feed. You don't want to do things like try diving into Orisa. So, so play more smart. Play smarter. More smart. Oh god, I'm not more smart. So play smart. Dive better. I guess you guys didn't have a Winston player, and that can be hard, but if you intend on running D.Va again, play your D.Va better. Which I'm down to help you with. Overall, yeah, I mean, these are kind of what I remember from some sort of common themes from throughout. Otherwise, as for individual things, it's kind of hard to catch individual players when I'm spectating one person, and it's also really hard not to critique a single person when you're only watching their point of view. So if you, in the future, if you guys want personal VOD reviews, just message me. I want you guys to practice things like call out drills. Because right now, I think the biggest thing is you guys are playing like you're solo queuing in competitive and winning based on your ability to out mechanic people. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful. If not, I understand. I don't think I would sit through a 2-hour long video. A 2-hour long VOD review that the coach didn't even watch first, but you know, it's my first time kind of watching you guys play, so I'm trying to understand the comps and the ideas behind what you guys are doing so that I can coach you for that, but it's going to take more than one VOD review. Anyway, goodbye.